Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel on LELB Society. I am Dr. Hariri, the creator and administrator of LELB Society, which is accessible at lelb.net. As you can see, this is the domain, which is so easy to access, lelb.net. And I'm here to make an assessment of one of the IELTS Writing Task 2 products proudly written by one of the LELB Society's students, and I'm going to provide you with corrective feedback and my analysis. So so in this lesson you're going to practice a lot of vocabulary items, and you can learn and improve your grammar knowledge, pronunciation, punctuation, and some knowledge about English conjunctions with the help of so many flashcards. And so it's not just limited to practicing IELTS preparation for the writing tasks. So let me see. The topic is about generation gap. It reads, no matter how hard parents and children strive to or try to consolidate the affinity or relationship. Consolidate means strengthen. Let me just, consolidate means strengthen. The affinity or relationship between each other. The concept of generation gap has always been perceived, so it is always there. However, nevertheless, there has been controversy or some conflicts or arguments over whether generation gap has recently widened or narrowed in comparison to the past. What is your stance or viewpoint on the current trend of generation gap compared to the past? In short, has generation gap increased or decreased? So you need to just provide your own reasons and to support it, and actually whether you agree or disagree, whether you think it has increased or decreased. Okay, so the essayist, a person who writes an essay is called an essayist. Is Sasan one of the active LELB Society's students? So in IELTS Writing Task 2, because of the fact that most of the time it's an argumentative essay, so you need to clarify your position, whether you agree or disagree with the topic or which part of the topic, So most of the time you need to clarify your position, particularly in the first paragraph, which is an introductory paragraph. So it is a must. So let's see how Susan has just dealt with that. So generation gap has always been a matter of concern in something really serious, in all societies. Today it is debatable whether or not the generation gap has increased recently. It is a matter of argument. It is debatable. I personally, yes, this is the part. I personally believe the differences between old people and the young has been raised to a great extent, or to a great degree, to a great extent. So let me make some, to a great extent or to a great degree. Sorry for that. So the essayist believes that actually it has increased, and there is something wrong here. It's better to just be modified. Before and after and, the structure must be the same. Here, old people, so forget about old, so people is a noun, but the young, usually actually it's an adjective that takes the place of a noun. So it's better to put it in this way: the young and the old, or the old and the young, or the young and old people, they should be parallel. Okay, has been raised to a great extent or to a great degree. You could also say to a great degree. Okay, so the position has been clarified. So let's see how the essayist has defended or supported his argument. These days, it means used to talk about the present time in comparison with or to the past. These days, youngsters or youngsters have more audacity. Audacity means bravery, or effrontery, or temerity. I told you we are going to practice some vocabulary items, some vocabulary knowledge as well. Youngsters have more audacity compared to the past. As a result, means because of something that was mentioned before, as a result or consequently, let me write consequently. Consequently, they break taboos. Adolescents break taboos and customs or habits easily. It means they are non-conformists or iconoclasts. Okay, to illustrate, to show something, to illustrate the temerity, as I said, it means boldness, bravery, and audacity of the new generation is not tolerable, is not something that is tolerated for the previous one. Old generation. Okay, because it's better not to put a comma before because. It is better, it's not wrong. Okay, it is recommended. Unless the length of the sentence is so, let's say, long. That sentence is so long. But generally, it's better not to put a comma. Because the old, and also pay attention to this structure, the old, when you refer to a large group of people, actually, or even things, but most of the time people just omit the noun after the adjective. For example, say the young are really serious or studious. The old have. The old people, it's clear. That's why people has been omitted. The old have many strict ideas about lifestyle. They cannot have ideas about lifestyle. They could have ideas about life, because lifestyle is something personal generally. So the essayist had better replace lifestyle with life. And they have lived with these attitudes or behaviors for a long time. It means that they have been, they are really accustomed to these attitudes. Okay. So, moreover means in addition, furthermore. In the recent competitive era, or let's say period of time, the young blood have to break out of their comfort zones. Comfort zone is always, most of the time, is singular. It's not something plural. In order to means so as to, with the purpose of doing something. In order to take a step up the progress ladder, in order to make improvement. So they need to have innovation, which leads to differences between the two generations, because it is definite. It is definite. Definite versus indefinite. Definite is known to us, indefinite is unknown to us. In fact means actually, in fact. Okay. Relying on the old procedures cannot push the young forwards. So, old procedures and methods are not serviceable, functional, okay, for the young to make improvement. So, as a result, All of the above mentioned, and above mentioned, there must be a dash or hyphen. Above mentioned. All of the above mentioned reasons bring about or cause wider discrepancies or gaps. So discrepancy means gap between two generations, the two generation. Whenever something is known to us, we should put the before. Okay, so it must be the two generations because we are already familiar, we already know that we are talking about the old and the new generation. Okay, so another supporting paragraph starting with a conjunction, furthermore. In addition, furthermore means in addition. Technology is progressing. Pay attention, progress actually is the noun and progress is the verb. Progress is a verb and progress is a noun. So the noun has its stress on the first syllable and the verb has its stress on the second syllable. So it's progressing by leaps and bounds. So it must be by leaps and bounds. By leaps and bounds. It means increasing, developing rapidly and quickly. So it means at a high pace, at a rapid pace. So technology is progressing by leaps and bounds in the world. To be more elaborate, to be more precise, so today there are many equipment and we don't have equipments. Pay attention, we don't have equipments. Equipment is always singular, and software programs which were beyond the imagination of the previous generation in the past. So they could not even actually think about that. Okay, it was beyond their imagination level. For instance means for example. These days means used to talk about the present time in comparison with the past. Nowadays, people in different countries communicate with each other through email or via email. Even you could say via email. Okay, and social networks. And digesting these technologies, understanding them, may be difficult for the old. So you see, the essayist is trying to convince the reader that actually the gap is increasing and not decreasing. As a result, means because of something that was mentioned before. There would be some differences between the two generations. Okay, giving rise to conflicts and arguments. Give rise to means lead to. Lead to. End in. Result in. Okay. More conflicts or arguments. So, in order to come to a conclusion, actually the essayist has used this conjunction. In conclusion means finally and to sum up. In conclusion, so it seems to me that the generation gap has widened recently owing to means because of. Owing to, because of, as a result of. Owing to new technologies and the temerity or boldness, audacity of the young. So, let me see here. If you just visit my website at lelb.net, you see actually my analysis here, because I have just made an assessment and analysis here right below the post. And let me zoom out. Yeah, here it is, my analysis, error correction, and also some general information on how to write an essay. For example, by leaps and by leaps and bounds means if something or somebody increases, if someone or something increases, develops, etc. by leaps and bounds, they increase, etc. very quickly, as I said, by leaps and bounds. There are over 1,000 English flashcards embedded in the posts that are really unique and helpful if you really want to improve your English academically. So some general information and some tags, and also the comment form. Sasan at first actually he left his essay in this comment form, and then I just copied and pasted the essay in the body of the post. So, and also remember that on LELB Society there is a free English class for all. So if you're interested to improve your English to pass the IELTS or TOEFL exam, on the sidebar you see this photo, and if you just click on that, you will have all the necessary information to participate in a free 100% free English class for IELTS and TOEFL, and your satisfaction is guaranteed. So that's all. And also there are so many other English videos, tutorials, so please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me and LELB Society on social media in order to stay informed of the upcoming events and actually classes, free classes, and so on and so forth. Just hit the subscription button and you will have access to hundreds of free English lessons. Thank you very much for your attention, and take care, and bye-bye.